Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Elf here. We're gonna get into a little bit of cards. We're gonna get into some tarot cards. I got some pre-written stuff, so I'm prepared to get into this with you. Welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And to my besties, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I really appreciate the support, and I really appreciate the symbiotic coexistence of parallel tandem timelines with you guys, and I hope that you're feeling the benefits off of it. And then yeah, we're in process here. We've been hitting some speed bumps, so I want to address some of those speed bumps, and we're gonna really, you know, we're really gonna get your justice here. We're gonna get your sun here. So I've been talking a lot about having the justice being served or gained or claimed here on this channel, but we're moving more and more into the sun energy, okay? So that's important for some of y'all. So I'm just gonna get straight into it so that we can get into the cards. Yeah. Where do we start? Okay. I feel your pain. I feel what you're going through. I understand. I'm not giving up on you. I'm fighting for you. You are going to win. And when you've won, you're going to be able to hold the light that is being shown to you. You will hold it yourself. Now affirm. I create structures to hold the light. I know how to hold the light. I am a master of light. Thank you. I shine, not burn. I win over the fear of the unknown. My nature is revealed through the illumination of my illusions. My nature is revealed through the illumination of my illusions. Illuminations, illusions, illuminations. So they're coexisting words that kind of like I'm hearing that they conjunct each other so that the railway can reach whatever monopoly that is potentiated for it. And then it's going to be regulated. It's the American mandates. It's the American measure. Oh, God. Okay. So, Abraham Lincoln is coming up. It has to do with the competition that he was feeling when he was in the heat of the moment, when he was doing his 13th Amendment legislation thing, where he was challenged by one of his conglomerates, who was stating that what's the point of knowing your direction? What's the point of knowing where you're going if you don't know what's between you and your direction? Like sometimes it's important. Okay, so these things are clicking in. This clear audience, this clarity. So we're gonna keep going, okay? So the message with the what's the point of knowing where you're going if you don't know what's in between there? The point of that is to invite in flow of information and to have a tactical talk with entrusted beings in your environment so that you can get to your sun energy, so that you can really get to that point where your inner child can be like, oh, I'm ready to play now. And then you ask, like, where were you all this time? Like, you're gone for years and years. And the kid is like, well, no, I was just hiding because I wasn't feeling safe. And then it's like, it's going to tell you in a way that you're going to feel like you're the one that made a really big deal out of it. And you can't blame it You can't blame the child for having been in hiding for so long because of we're going through a collective psychosis, okay? And we have a history. Some of y'all have a history of being exposed to psychopaths. So that's what I mean with I feel your pain. I know what you're going through. I understand because I'm sitting here and I'm saying yes to have sort of like a public display, play out of whatever it is that our constellation needs to go, our whatever we need to play out in order for the healing to occur. That's what we're going to do, okay? So some of y'all are deserving an apology, so just feel that apology, feel the apology from coming from spirit, and accept it and invite in forgiveness. Because if we never forgive, we're going to be cursed with being forgetful, because we don't take life seriously. We don't take linearity seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously enough to remember what went down. Instead, we just, no, that didn't happen. I don't accept what happened. I'm not accepting what happened. So I might as well just forget about it. And you're going to do that all the way up until the point where you're ready to take a little bit of responsibility for claiming your apologies, receiving your apologies, forgiving, and then claiming forgiveness and not you see? So remember as much as you can. It's okay to have been through hell, and it's okay to remember it. The key here is to sometimes state out loud, like, that happened. I remember what happened. And that's okay. I'm okay with the horrendous shit that went down. I'm okay with that. I just needed to tell myself out loud that this is a trauma, that's a trauma, this happened, that happened, I was exposed to this, I was exposed to that, and it's okay. So, and there's another message coming in that's saying that was the last of it. That was the last of it. So that's a specific message for someone. And also your guides are trying to communicate to you through your dreams. So keep writing down your dreams or state out loud, I am remembering my dreams. I allow my guides to guide me in my dreams, because that's where your soul is studying the literature and the information from other dimensions. So you're accessing other dimensional information, you're accessing libraries from other dimensions and other worlds and other places in the universe where you're being taught. So by remembering your dreams, you're motivated to accept teachings by recognizing right now through your precognition that being taught is you coming into this divine taming of your subconsciousness and uprighting the moon, so that we're not dealing with nightmares. We're not scared of the nightmares. We're like processing uncomfortable dreams by taking responsibility in this life to take countermeasures to relieve ourselves from nightmarish duties that we seek to not necessarily take responsibility for. Okay, so okay. Those are pretty big messages right there. There's another one coming in. Let the Divine Mother burn off threats against you. Do the ayahuasca. The angels are with you. For this is a specific message for some of you. You're showing me how men have been treating you in the past, and I would like that to stop. Take responsibility for what happened with you and men in the past. I don't necessarily need to see that anymore. I'm sorry that men have treated you like this in the past, but it doesn't have anything to do with me. And I want to wrap it up and conclude it up, unless you can comment down in the section. You can tell me what's up. Tell me why this has happened to you. Or email me. Tell me what's up. Tell me what happened, so that we can clear it up, so that we can get into the healing, so that we can get into the questions. Like, you could ask like the most specific questions and you could get the most controversial answers that would truly help your higher self and your shadow to get married, and for you to click into place, into your higher timeline, and for you to be okay with your chart, your trajectory, your past, your future, your present, your superconscious, subconscious, and your consciousness, and all of it. So that's just me handing you the baton so that you can go for it. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. And you might want to tap into Circe. Circe is a really interesting type of angel, an interesting sorceress. So activating third eye, opening the crown, opening the throat chakra, inviting in the ostrich. The spirit of the ostrich is coming in, opening the heart, activating the shoulder chakras, activating the wings, opening the heart, connecting, activating the Christ consciousness, Maria Magdalena, to the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 solar plexus, and then moving down into the sacral, healing the sacral, asking ayahuasca, the divine mother, to heal the sacral chakra healing, magnetizing, and then grounding with the red dragons and the crust and the magma and the lava. Boom. Asking Aphrodite to come in to tame the dragons so that we can experience a rooted grounding with our grounding cords, and harmonizing with the extended chakra system, and inviting in higher structures as we conclude this energy of stopping phenomenons to come into our lives. Okay? And welcome to all of my zodiacs. You're all invited here. All of the houses, all of the zodiacs, all of the archetypes, all of it. Let's just open it up for a second. Let's not be judgmental for a second. Let's just chill for a second. And we're going to get into some cards. No judgments here. There's no judgment here. It's so important. It's incredibly important to be open to the way people look, to where they're coming from, to what they're going through. It's so incredibly important to be a nice, beautiful mind. And yeah, we can get into our demon and our angel, and we can serve and dish out and help and aid. But in the end, we need to come back to this tactical cosmic advancement of our consciousness, and come back into acceptance. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything else, but I love you. I love you so much. And we're going to open it up. We're going to open up the energy, whatever that means. So everything is going to be more out in the open from as a little bit of an experiment, okay? So we're going to experiment with that. And through that disclosure, we're going to be able to increase the tension wherever the tension has been hiding, in the name of slander, in the name of shaming other people, in the name of scapegoatism, in the name of royal justice, in the name of me just letting the judgment of me show you how much you're actually worth. Allowing you to come in, or for your friends or other people to come in and be like, what's wrong here? What's going on here? And if there's anything wrong, you'll be able to simply conclude or finite or wrap up your lessons here in my presence. And for those of you that have the discernment and the acceptance and the openness to handle my dirty laundry, you will stay and you'll come back, and we're going to continue to build. Okay? So we're teaching each other how to wrap certain things up. Okay? Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to pull some cards out. We're going to create a little bit of a storyline here. Okay. Okay. Animal personality. Working in the cuteness factory. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're working in the cuteness factory. Okay. Willingness to go against what you feel is right inside. Seek good advice. Okay, that's... Okay. Yeah? You're very charismatic. Very charismatic. You repetition. You're repeating yourself. Maybe you're repeating yourself a lot. Being an amazing partner, but convincing your partner it's better to stay single. Okay. Spiritual respect. Your character holds more weight. You're so lit and you don't even know it. Godhood. Structure. Which song has been stuck in your head for the longest? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm sounding a little bit frustrated. Yeah. Okay, so when it comes to this, the psychopath, you've been exposed to psychopaths in the past, and you've also attained certain clears or abilities, so that you're... It's a difficult trajectory. It's difficulty having physical, mental illness in your life. It's in terms of relatives, in terms of having experienced that, and in terms of judgment, and in terms of people being scared of losing their relationships with the people that they love for the sake of... I'm not even going to say. Yeah, so it's giving Gemini wound. It's giving multiple personalities. So there's also this longing, I guess, for deceased animals, but also having them as your protectors, as your guides. And I can really identify with this willingness to go against what you feel is right inside, because it really has to do with coming into public display of your potential. But there's this feeling, for me at least, that I'm not allowed to get into my ego. I'm not allowed to develop pride. I'm not allowed to develop self-confidence in the wrong soil. So let's say I want to be a lotus. I can't grow in dry soil. I have to grow in the mud. If I really want to smell that good, if I want to be that beautiful, if I want to smell like a lotus, then I'm gonna have to grow out of the wet mud under the water. That's what I'm gonna have to sacrifice. So that's what it's giving. And then there's this energy when it comes to coming out of a psychosis, having been through a psychosis, having been exposed to your clear sentience, your chakra systems, it's really difficult to come out of that without judging yourself. So just try to normalize it. Try to study psychosis, or hear other people that have been through psychosis and hear how they're talking about it, because it might normalize your judgment on yourself. And there's no such thing as a psychosis when it comes to relating to clear sentience, clear knowing, clear audience, clear voyaging, clear eloquence, clear audience, all of the clears, and the chakra communication and other dimensional experiences. There's no such thing as judgment. There's only this fear that revolves around not the loyalty contracts, but basically the authority contracts that I focus on in my collective. So if you have authority contracts in your circumference, I will be your watchdog and get you your justice and keep those energies at bay, because they don't have no business coming in and judging you from the framework of the matrix. Okay, so that's the comparison. 55555, the creator coming into the sun and you coming into your partnership, and you're probably going to be a little bit exhausted because we're reframing the whole source of your energy. So let's say your intestines are used to a certain substance and we remove that, then the brain is going to need to find another substance to get into the familiar frequency, but that's more congruent with the amethyst frequencies, for example. Okay. And yeah, King Midas came up, which had to do with his relationship with Dionysus, and it has to do with going through really tough lessons and being judged by the guides or the gods, and then facing the consequences of those godly regulations placed upon you, and then even after that, having not learned anything. So this is about the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is about the King of Pentacles in reverse, and turning that gold digger mentality into more of a economic beast who can snap only once the last drop has been dripped, and that's when the explosion can be approved. But if there's just like this constant nitpicking anger bullshit, then of course you're going to be a hurtful person towards yourself and others, and that will render you so powerless that it's sort of like conducive to a death spiral, which is just witchcraft hate soup, and you're stirring in that black pot and nothing good is going to come out of that except for scaring away angels and benefactors and ancestors, and it's going to create more of an animalistic jail vibe, which is okay. Some of y'all have been really in contact with criminals, and you've been digesting criminal behavior, and you've been probably having past lives as a criminal mastermind, or you've been dealing with criminal masterminds, or there's this energy of dating someone that's in prison and just loving the fact that they're in prison so that there can be this interesting dynamic of visitor regulation. So and I'm also hearing hysterectomy. I don't know what that means, but it's fine. We can move on. Just know that you're amazing, and whatever dynamic that you're going through, it's divinely orchestrated. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. There's no judgment here. There's no judgment here. Okay? Let me get another card for this one. Okay, so repeat after me. It's fucking okay. I forgive. Because some of y'all are struggling with it. Like, it's fucking okay. I forgive. It's okay. I forgive. And you will have your justice, and you will have your sun card, and we're gonna get into what the Sun card really means. Okay. Okay. So I'm not giving up on you. There can be some issues with the lower intestines or appendix. I don't know. Appendix sounds like it could also be that, or I'm getting illiterate. There's some illiteracy or having had experience with because Gemini in reverse can truly represent other ways of communicating, unique ways of communicating, strange, unique, beautiful, intelligent, but new ways of communicating. I know Kanye West has, I think, Chiron in Gemini or something, and you also have a really unique way of thinking and communicating. And I think I have my Chiron in Gemini in the 11th house. So I'm not gonna fit into any group. I'm gonna have a weird way of communicating, and it's gonna be unique. And that's part of my wound. It's part of my gift and part of my healing and my healing abilities. But the Sun, what does it mean? It represents collaboration, growth, good health, material wealth, innocence, healing, being conscious and putting up boundaries for yourself and others, feeling energetic and strong, getting rid of these psychopaths. It's gonna be really good for you. And I'm not giving up on you. And you have spiritual respect because your character holds more weight. So you might be the perfect underdog, and you're about to present something big when you're ready, when you've been through the Four of Swords in reverse or upright or whatever. And you're going to be free of judgment and gaining that wisdom and that genius inside of you and gaining clarity and optimism and having this vital shine about you. That's confirmation right there. Creating order where there's chaos. Creating awareness around something that you're unaware of right now. So that's what it means with the Sage here coming in from the elemental decks. It has to do with the appropriate change at the appropriate time with the Hierophant energy in the back pocket, so to speak. So there's this energy of like, we're doing everything by the book, but we also know when appropriate actions are called for, and we don't sit around and wait for those appropriate actions to come through. Let's say, for example, I have somebody in the comments that really wants to say something to everybody, and it's really personal. It's like this personal dirty laundry that I have. And I have no idea what kind of slander, what kind of hate speech, what kind of gossip, what kind of judgment, what kind of rumor, what kind of truth is going to be prophesizing and soothing and or harming anyone in this YouTube channel. And let's say I can't handle it anymore. Maybe I have to delete my whole account and start fresh, so that this person won't find me. Or I have to turn the comments off so that I don't need comments. I'm just going to speak from my heart and continue as before, but without inviting in the comments, because I'm too sensitive. I'm too I guess shy in a way. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit insecure around that, but I hope that it's going to serve as an example. I hope it's going to serve as I can't find the words right now, but I think you know what I'm saying. It's going to function as the spark that ignites the rocket under my ass, so that I can fly up to the heavens and kind of like explode and see what kind of dynamic is born from there. You know, a little bit of drama never killed nobody, you know? So let's get into that. Okay. And yeah, if I ain't got haters, I'm not doing it right. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? And some of the people that have been on this channel with me for a long time, you're really good at manifesting. You're really specific with your manifestational skills. And it's like you're training me to like, hey, bro, careful what you speak of, careful what you say. Your manifestations are going to come real. What you put out will come back to you. If you're going to, you know, help me, I'm going to help you. So let's have a little bit of a quid pro quo. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. And then measures will have to taken into account, that mature sage quality, that quality of like, I make changes when appropriate, when it's divinely timed, when there's a good reason for it. So that's the energy of having a mercurial mind. It's like being curious. Okay, what's going to happen if I do this? What's going to happen if I do that? What happens when this consequence plays out? What's going to happen then? That's the mercurial mind, you know? All right. Let's get some classical tarot cards and some runic stuff to see how you're doing. So that it, do we use the star seed instead? No, okay. Ooh, we got some truth seekers out here. Oh, that's interesting. The green lady just popped up. 23. Okay. Wow, you're interesting. Whoever you are, the green woman speaks to us of caring for our growing ground and of the physical satisfaction of being our natural selves and practicing our own innate magic. This is a time for enhancing the growth of our talents and abilities, a time of blossoming that will bear fruit. It may also be a time of growing maturity and self-confidence. Experience trusting yourself, trusting the process of growth. She also reminds us that there's material rewards around the bend, ahead, the harvest of the seed we have planted and nurtured. She counsels boldness and perseverance in the face of adversity, yet she also reminds us that sometimes the only action we can take is to wait patiently and to keep growing. Okay. Wow. It's not as easy as I thought it would be to be drenched in daily judgment from a potent adversary. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, let's get a storyline. Come on. Let's do a storyline here. And let me try to tell you a little bit about what's going on, and we can see if we can cross-reference and create a little bit of necessary chaos and just organize it and to, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, for this reading, the remaining of the reading, I'm gonna focus on the chill people here. So if you're stressed out, if you're like the kind of person that just jumps around in the video, like, oh, what's going on here? 30 minutes out, 40 minutes out. No, okay, nah, bye. Or just if you're here to just like get your vampirism on or to drain some other type of energy, I'm gonna keep it real steady, real chill, real slow, not lethargic, but I'm gonna keep it interesting. I wanna get into it. I wanna figure it out, and I wanna breathe, and I wanna get into a space where somebody can really get some good intel. Okay. We need to slow it down for this one. I'm hearing we need to slow it down. And for the stressful ones, for the ones that are stressed out, just take a hike, you know? Or you could just slow down, chill, meditate, breathe, be open, lower your expectations. And you might have never even heard that. And it's not about bringing your frequency down, it's about circulating energy. So if you can't handle variation, then the binary ignorance of your drainage as a projection onto me is simply lack mentality, but in an energetical context. So we're really upping the vibes here. We're really entraining this path of totality, this all-inclusive mapping out of necessary skills in the initiation phase of your earning your dimensionality in a way. Okay? That's better. Okay. So whatever I was saying right now brought out the Knight of Swords, which really has to do with this energy of, reaching people where they're at, telling people, asking people the right questions, and having actually having a lot of maturity in that process. It could be very beautiful, like you're very aware of how beautiful you are. You might be a little bit smug, even. You could be a little bit smug, like you could be a little bit like, yeah, I got it. And it doesn't matter if you hurt people, because it seems like you're hurting people based off of your knowledge. So if they get hurt off of your observations, it's just their problem, I'm hearing, because you're going places, you're traveling the world, you can afford this, that, and the others, and you're gonna get that ticket, you're gonna get that back, you're gonna get your affairs in order because you're a hard worker and you want to keep it that way. You got no problem with being alone, I'm hearing. You might also again, you could be 32 years old, you could be 23 years old, but I'm getting that you're very talented. You're very intuitive, like you know things that people just drool over this talent that you have. Like they're drooling, or they're just like in constant, they just keep coming back to you. People, they can't get enough of that. Like how can you be this correct and negative in a way? I'm not saying that you're a negative person. I'm saying that you might be bored with the way that you've let yourself accumulate knowledge for the past couple of months or years or weeks or days, whatever. And there's a need for that, circulating that energy into yeah. I mean, I don't know if is there, are you drinking alcohol? Okay. Is there any other heavy substances? Okay. So there could be like you need to do a substance review regarding your sources for these substances, whatever that means for you, whether it be drugs or Okay. No, I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about it. You're fine. Okay. Okay. So some of y'all are dealing drugs. Okay. Yeah. I just don't promote smoking weed or doing weed or being addicted to that, because it's really, what happens is that you lose people's attention when you speak. You might be funny, you might be interesting to listen to for a little bit, and then it gets to a certain point where you can feel this being ignored, and then it turns into this King of Wands in reverse. So I was looking for that. Okay. But I also wanna. So this is others. This is for the other. This is the others. Okay, so there's some people in your. Okay, and that's. I also want this to be you for that. Okay. Okay. And one here. Wow, some of y'all are extremely organized. That is very interesting. It's funny. It's funny because I'm picking up that you're surrounded with people that are in self-denial, people that are not necessarily good hosts. They're really good at manifesting, but they're manifesting, but they're manifesting all of the wrong stuff, and they're just unaware. They're being judged by spirit, but they're teaching you certain things when it comes to being popular. So it's like this hype crew or these hype people or whatever, but they're being judged spiritually. So when you're affiliating with them and being sucked into their magnetism, it really drains your resources, because they don't have enough resources. And yeah, you have the ability to bring in protection for these people. I don't know who they are, but it's interesting for me. It's new for me to bring in not just your energy, but other people in your life. And this really has to do with kind of like accepting that having no friends it's not interesting. It's like you're doing better on your own, but there's some of y'all are a bit, I guess, entitled or a bit arrogant. Some of y'all might have some micro diagnoses in a couple of areas that are undiagnosed, and that's okay. I'm not saying that you should feel, um, you know, debilitated by Jung or Freud or any of these other family pressure. What's the family pressure? You're finally letting these knives fall out of your heart. So there's a recent heartbreak, and you just worked, put your whole heart into like whatever heartbreak that you went through. It really got you into this mastery at your job or whatever project that was giving you money. So it's like you're inviting people back to your place. Like, I would suggest that you don't go to people to party, just invite them into your place. If you're going to party, just do it at your own place, because it's like going to them is you bringing all of your protection to someone that's being judged. And then there's this uh maybe it's feeling like if you're bringing family to your own house, maybe you're considering bringing family members to your own house, to your own place. You got the King of Cups and the Three of Cups. So and the Nine of Cups. So there seems to be a little bit of dare I say, emotional immaturity in the mix here when it comes to this whole picture, because this is more about money and clients and work and sacrificing. Like it's like you came out of a relationship and that made you really master something at work, and then reaching out to your friends is sacrificing your work situation a little bit, making you come into this less of a mastery or appreciation or productivity the with the work situation or whatever it is that you're harnessing or perfecting, because you got the Eight of Pentacles with the heartbreak and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Cups upright and the Hermit, and then there's this question regarding should I, is it benefiting my, maybe it's a need to just get out of the house, and that needs to be respected. But okay, let's say you, oh, okay, so maybe you're trying to measure up to other people and then they're judging you because they themselves aren't, and that's when I come back into this administrating authorities in your circumference. What's the psychopath? Justice in reverse. Yeah, remember your dreams. I remember my dreams. I remember my dreams. I remember my dreams. Just keep getting back to that. I want you to get back to that. And I'm proud of you for even being able to party or meet up with your friends. It means that you haven't given up. It means that you're okay being alone. It means that you're considering cleaning up this family dynamic, this Ten of Cups in reverse, which has to do with, you know, coming back into wholeheartedly doing things. So these knives, these swords, they need to just slide out, so the heartbreak needs to go, and then you're going to come back into having fun. And I guess, okay, so maybe if you're having fun on your own and you remember, if you can manage to accept your nightmares and come into remembering your dreams, you're going to come into more of a gaiety, festivity, more of a self-indulgent, like prideful, but hopefully a balanced prideful energy, so that you can play chess with that a little bit and accept yourself, so that enough so that this mastering the journey towards the world and to come more into a harmonic expression of your transformative abilities regarding your stubbornness. Because let's say you've made a decision, this is what's going to happen, and the way that you're communicating that stubbornness or that decisiveness, because you're so crafty, you're so talented, you could just easily influence your environment, even if they're in self-denial, even if they're like, you're dealing with somebody that's supposedly more popular than you, or supposedly a feminine that you're interested in that's really popular, that you could learn something from, but you could be so emotionally stable, so emotionally put together, so emotionally mature, so emotionally and intelligently like put together, that yeah, I see you need to let go of some of the party vibes from the past and become a more positive influence, and let the divine feminine guide you. But be aware that this divine feminine could be in self-denial. So there's a little bit of a, like, how do you, how do you flirt? How do you talk? How do you um, evaluate someone's actual value without putting them on a pedestal, coming in with your heart in your hand without all of the knives in them, and creating a story of you coming from a good place where you're actually really passionate about something, that so that it's like you need to allow your friends to not bring you down in terms of your progress and in terms of your studious, immaculate, focused, masterful approach towards your Nine of Pentacles, because I'm seeing that you're really working through something with your friend group here. Yeah. And I just hope that maybe when you're talking to this divine feminine, whoever you are, just don't brag so much about your past travels. Like, yeah, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Bangladesh, I've been to Madrid, I've been blah 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 blah, because you're just feeding somebody's narcissism and they're in self-denial, and then they go into another boring story that is just feeding some other bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want spirit to judge you as you accumulate new relationships, because it's draining your process towards that happy family constellation in a grounded sense. Okay, that's everything that I have for you right now. I'm looking forward to digging into more of these tarot cards. Keep in mind that I'm fairly new to this, so I'm still learning. And thank you so much for your patience. I hope that you would do me the honor of sending this video to anyone that might need it, or if you want to inspire anybody with this video, feel free to share it with anyone. I appreciate if you can like the videos, and in the future we will get more and more into opening heart love frequencies and opening the hearts, and to not necessarily dig so much into the whole privacy of whatever it is, but also digging into the light codes and the helios and other dimensional stuff. So this is not a very consistent platform for just the tarot cards. Like, I'm a Renaissance man, all right? So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm looking forward to any hateful or beautiful or supportive comments. So let's just get this show started, okay? All right, much love. Take care. Bye for now.